Well, our first guest this week's joining us direct from Simi Valley, California. Kyle Winther is the CEO of VHUB International Incorporated. Their stock symbol's VHUB. Kyle, welcome back to the program.
Thanks again for having me, Don.
Well, you recently had an excellent first day with a new product. Can you tell us about that and why VHUB is always seeming to be on the cutting edge with its products?
Absolutely. So we always want to come out with new products, new designs, new innovation. So what we did with the Limitless mod is it's become so popular that what we wanted to do is come out with a limited edition black rhodium. It's a little tough to anodize our mod with it only being aluminum, and there's certain spots where we can't get the paint on there, so we went with black rhodium, which is actually very conductive. So what we did is we came out with the Limitless Black Rhodium Edition, and what we did a little bit differently is we put serial numbers on the mod itself, and we haven't done that, so it created sort of a hype that if you wanted to get it, you got to jump on it real fast to get the low serial numbers. We did a few different designs, so we did a different button design. So we have this Indian chief skull on the bottom with the Limitless logo. We came out with some new sleeves. So when we released this to all of our wholesale clients, they jumped on it real fast in order to get the low serial numbers. So we sold about 800 units plus in about 48 hours. So people were really responsive to this, and it's a really innovative idea that we want to continue to grow on and do some different designs.
Well, that's fascinating. Now, your industry has become a multi-billion-dollar space already. Can you explain this growth?
Yeah, it's crazy. The industry is growing so fast. I mean, as of last year, it was supposed to be a $2.5 billion industry, and this year they're estimating at $3.5 billion. So it's growing very, very fast. So one of the things that's contributing to this industry is that people are transitioning from traditional cigarettes to electronic cigarettes, and then transitioning from the electronic cigarettes to the vaping devices. So with the vaping devices, they're getting a wide variety of e-liquids that are in different flavors. There's tons of different brands, so people are constantly trying different brands, different flavors to find out what's right for them, and they keep coming back. So not only that, it's become more of a viral thing too, is that you show your friends, oh, this is what I got, this is the latest and the greatest, and then they want that device, and then they want their own flavors. So it's growing so fast that even the adult generation, the 40 to 60-year-old demographics are seeing their 21 to 25-year-old kids getting into vaping rather than smoking. So what they're doing is they're seeing that this could be a useful tool, so they're turning and trying the vaping devices, and they're advancing with the segment.
Speaking of that, the use of vapor products, or vaping as you called it, is being called the new face of smoking. This has to be good for business.
Absolutely. It's great for business, and it's a really useful tool that we're helping people transition from traditional cigarettes to a better alternative that we feel is great for these customers to wean themselves off nicotine. So they're not smoking traditional cigarettes. They're going to vaping, where you could start at a higher nicotine level to satisfy that craving and slowly drop it down to a point where you get to a zero nicotine level. And you get also a better experience that you're trying flavors like a blueberry mix or a pomegranate, and there's a wide variety like our binary that has up to 5 different extracts that you get a great taste. It's a little bit different on the inhale, and the exhale is a little bit different. So it's becoming that fine wine where customers now want something so great that it really takes a lot of R&D to put into it to come out with a great line like our binary.
Well, vaping has been adopted by people who want to quit smoking, people who want to continue smoking, or those who simply want an alternative to smoking. That obviously represents a very large target market.
Absolutely. I mean, there's millions and millions of people who smoke cigarettes, and they're looking for alternatives to get themselves off cigarettes. So what we find is that they're going into C-stores and buying these electronic cigarettes, and they feel that it is a useful tool for them to have an alternative to cigarettes. And then they realize they need more power, they need better flavor, they need longer batteries. So what they're doing is they're going into the vaping market, they're going into vaping stores, finding products that are more powerful. They can use the e-liquid, and they can start that transition from a higher nicotine level down to a lower nicotine level, if not a zero nicotine. And that's why binary is great, because we offer alternative nicotine levels that no company does right now. So it gives them that transition step to get down to a zero and eventually stop vaping in general, so that they can get everything out of their system.
Well, Kyle, I know that you're very proud of your sales team. Can you tell us more about them?
Yes, we've recently hired 2 more salespeople. Another salesperson we brought on was from the credit card merchant processing industry, and I mean, that is a very difficult industry to get sales. So for them to be strictly cold calling on leads for credit card merchant processing, now into our vaping industry, it's a easier sale. So our new salespeople are coming in, starting fresh and cold calling all the shops. I mean, there's about 10,000 plus vapor shops in the U.S. alone. And because we have the hottest product on the market right now, that they call and they lead in with Limitless Modco or VHUB, and we have such a well-known name in the industry that people are receptive and they're not hanging up on us. So they're taking the call, they're continuing with the dialogue, and they're placing orders and becoming a repeat order. So we're getting customers that are ordering once a week, twice a week. So it's great to get these new customers, and with these two salespeople, we really want to continue to drive the outbound calls and generate more revenue. And within the next month, we plan on hiring 2 more salespeople to continue to get our name out there, continue to sell our products, because they are in such demand that people don't have time to call us. So we need to reach out to them and get their contact info and make sure we can get the product in their store.
Well, the company has attended a number of industry trade shows. How are your products being received at these events?
Oh, they're being received very well. I mean, some of these shows that we go to, we hear feedback from some of the vendors that it was the worst show that they've ever been to. But what we're finding is that because we do have one of the best products on the market right now, is that we're absorbing all those customers. And it is such a great networking tool that we can gain new wholesale clients, even large distributors. So these trade shows are in a great marketing tool that we can go out, get into new segments. Like we're going to Oklahoma in 2 weeks. That it is a market that we're really not tapped into. So gaining those new wholesale customers and distributors is such a great asset. And we're getting customers that may not have the product in a store locally around that convention. So we're getting actual retail customers. So, I mean, one of the shows we did in Las Vegas, we did over $60,000 in retail sales. So it is not only a great way to generate revenue, but it also gain new wholesale customers and distributors to continue to get those repeat orders from our clients.
Once again, VHUB International Incorporated, VHUB. Kyle, fascinating update. Thanks so much for joining us again.
Thanks again for having me, Don.